welcome out to Field 5 here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malenga and Samantha Molina as the Patrick Henry Patriots, sitting at 12-1 overall, 1-1 in the NWOAL, face the Bryan Golden Bears, 6-2 overall, 1-1 in the NWOAL. It is a beautiful afternoon, a little windy, so we don't have our outfield cameras out, but beautiful afternoon for softball, and it's glad we got this one in after it looked this morning.
I know, a little rain this morning. I was a little concerned we weren't playing tonight.
Yeah, but here we are. And right now they're introducing the shot maker, or the hit, what is that,
Hit
swing
club?
club?
Hit club, yep.
Hit club. So we're here for that. It is the Oberlin Turnbull countdown to tip off. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused. We had the chance to chat with Bryan head coach Hillary Staten. You're going to hear that after this timeout on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Welcome back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malenga alongside Coach Hillary Staten of the Bryan Lady Bears. And Coach, we had a good game the other night where we covered you guys in a win over Liberty Benton.
Yeah, that was an exciting one. I'm glad to get that one under our belts.
And then we went into league play for the second time and ran into an Archbold team. And tell me a little bit about that game, how things shook out.
And we thought we had a good game plan going into Archbold. We were ready to play, and just sometimes hitting doesn't go the way you plan, and we were a little short on our hits that game. Just couldn't manufacture lots of runners left on base that day, so we'll do a better job. We've worked on how to get those runners across in key situations, so hopefully that is done better tonight.
When you look at that stat, like runners left on base, that's one that you really hate to see, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's hard to see that. We are always complimenting the girls getting on base. We make a big deal when they do get on base, but when we don't get them all the way around, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed during the Liberty Benton game, you guys were kind of aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah.
That's something that is kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the players, but that's the way we can showcase their athleticism by trying to get those couple extra bases here and there. It makes a big difference. We're able to sit back then and not relax, but just play our game then when it's in our hands in that sense. So yeah, active on the bases is what we promote.
Back in the league tonight to face Patrick Henry, the Patriots. When you look at their schedule, they have lost one game, and they lost to Archbold too, or I think they lost to Archbold too. And so,
yes.
When you look at that, you know they're putting up a lot of runs, but when you look at it, they haven't played very many league games that we used to see in those teams we've seen. We've seen a lot of teams out of league, a lot of teams out of the state, and so it's kind of hard to measure that up.
Definitely. I mean, we're going to respect them. We're going to go in with the same game plan as we would any other team, no matter their record. We're going to have to play hard. We're going to have to play sharp and be ready to hit the ball.
Absolutely. When you look at a team like Bryan that's had so much success over the years, you have a big target on your back, and everybody wants to beat Bryan. So how do you guys handle being the team that everybody's gunning after?
Yeah, and that's one of the big conversations we continue to have, especially with the youngsters. You know, the freshmen have no idea what that looks like, but the veterans are used to that. You know, we've had some pretty successful years here in the past, and especially within the high school career of our juniors, our oldest members on the team. So they know what to expect. They've developed that tough skin, and they continue to just go out and do what they know that they can do with confidence.
You mentioned the freshmen and the underclassmen of this team. They are playing big roles on this team as freshmen. How is that good, and how is that rough?
Yes, definitely both of those. Good because they are just inexperienced and they don't have those expectations. They don't put those extra pressures on themselves because they just don't really know what they're in for at this point, which is great mentally. But as far as lacking the experience, that's hard. You know, it's a challenge for us at this point, but these freshmen are stepping up quickly, and we're happy with the progress they've made. We continue to lean on our upperclassmen as role models, and they're doing a great job of letting the freshmen know, you know, this is what we do in this situation, or this is how we should play this, or I need you to step up, and they're being great role models, and I think that that's helping close the gap faster, which is a great problem to have, you know, as far as, you know, being able to look at them all in a level playing field, and your year doesn't really matter.
I think it's been pretty awesome to watch, like the girls that currently the upperclassmen had that same experience with this group of seniors that just left. And that's really how you sustain a program, right?
Yes, absolutely. They had great role models. They had great leadership ahead of them. And now that they've had to step in that role of a year early because they are only juniors, but they know what it takes. So they've been there and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun to watch them so far, and we've got you guys 2 games in a row. So we're getting a lot of softball here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Absolutely. We appreciate the coverage, and the girls love having you be a part of it.
So final thoughts as we head to Patrick Henry here.
Yeah, I mean, coming off of our last game being a loss, we're ready to get another game in, and looks like it's supposed to be nice out today, which and home games are awesome for us. We have high energy for our home games, and we're just ready to perform and hopefully have a lot of fans in our crowd.
All right, well, Coach, we wish you the best luck as we face Patrick Henry.
Thank you very much.
All right, going to take this time out, come back with more of our pregame show after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veterans Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill Low, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. The last time these two teams met was back on April 18th, 2024. Bryan defeated Patrick Henry by a score of 17-0. And you know, this year it's a different team on both sides, and we'll see how the Lady Bears can face Patrick Henry. When you look at Patrick Henry, let's look at their infographic here. They're sitting at 12-1 overall, 1-1 in the NWOAL. In his 17th season as Mike Meyer, he's 250 and 113. They've got 4 seniors: Casey Nelson, Mariah Boyer, Grace Banfeld, and Ellie Schwebert. And their freshman pitcher, Faith Meyer, is 10-1 on the season. So when you look at them, they're sitting at 12-1, but we're kind of curious as to who they've played. If you look at their last 5 games, they got postponed just like we did the other night against Holgate, but they've played Arcadia a couple of times. And you see their last 5, they have a lot of runs scored, and so that's a little different than they have been in the past. But you know, it'll be interesting to see how they can face this Bryan team this year.
Yeah, I mean, 10-1 record, that was impressive for her, so good for her coming in and stepping up for them. I think that's something they struggled with in the past. We talked about how important good pitching is in softball, so don't think they've had a key pitcher for their team, so really good for them to see that. And, you know, scoring runs is good, so see how their offense does against Thea tonight.
All right, let's take a look at our Bryan team. Bryan sitting at 6-2 overall, 1-1 in the NWOAL. That was the first league game they lost since May 9th, 2022. Now, you thought it might have been 2 years ago, but it was actually 3 years ago that you guys lost the game since last Thursday, which was the 4-0 loss to Archbold, and that's going to come. As we said in the opening, you're always going to have the target on your back.
Yeah, and, you know, I just can't believe time's gone that fast. So that's why I had to think about it a little bit, but we had 2 amazing seasons, and, you know, it is a different team. You lost a lot of leadership in those seniors that graduated, and there's no seniors on this team, so they all come back again next year. So 1 loss means nothing right now, and they got lots of time to make that up.
Absolutely. So Josie Arnold, 500 batting average, and Maya Langham at 467 lead the team. All right, we're going to take our time out, pregame break 2. We come back, we will get our keys of the game and game officials after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
On on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Time now for our keys to the game, being brought to you by Carlin Company. The Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained number one in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Let's look at the keys to the game first for Patrick Henry.
All right, so Patrick Henry said their number one was to put the ball in play, limit their scoring opportunities, and limit mistakes. I think they would, really just like take advantage of getting on base and, taking opportunity of when they have runners in scoring position against Thea, and then they would like to take away, their opportunities for Brian to get on base and, limit how many runs they score, and then obviously limit their mistakes. They look kind of at their earned runs versus their runs that they've scored in total. So it seems like they've had a decent amount of errors on the season, so they don't want to give up any free runs here to Brian.
All right, taking a look at our keys to the game for the Golden Bears.
So Coach Dayton said dominate the plate, situational hitting. They want to score the runners and sharp defense. So they really want to take advantage of their opportunities to score, kind of step on it early and make sure that they're good to go, and then, have sharp defense behind Thea. We've seen she's had a lot of strikeouts, so just staying focused in the field and making sure that they make plays when needed.
All right, we're going to step aside for our national anthem. Our national anthem being brought to you by Veteran Services of Williams County. Coming up. Our national anthem being brought to you by Veteran Services of Williams County. One time now to meet our game officials. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Tonight's umpires, Dan Carnahan and Max Smeltzer. This has been the Oberlin Turnbull Countdown to Tip-Off. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. We are going to skip pregame break 3 and jump right into our pregame weather, which is being brought to you by the Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk. Mark your calendars and lace up your shoes for the 5th annual Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk on Saturday, July 19, 2025 at the McDonald Ruff Ice Rink. I did see that sign-ups are available, so check it out. Look them up on Facebook, the Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk. So let's take a look at our pregame weather conditions. Currently 57 degrees, feels like 56. Wind is out of the west-southwest at 21 miles an hour. And cloudy skies, partly cloudy. I'd say we got some sunshine out there. But looking at the forecast, there's wind gusts up to 33 miles an hour this afternoon. So, again, wind has been the theme of our games this year.
Yeah, we'll see if it's blowing in or out here is going to help runners or hurt them. But definitely doesn't feel like 56.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. Our starting lineups now. Starting lineups being sponsored by Debbie's Dairy Free, serving you ice cream, soups, sandwiches, and more. Victories taste sweeter with Debbie's. Call ahead with your order at 419-636-5606. Taking a look at our starting lineup for the Patrick Henry Patriots. Their batting order, they're going to be led by Casey Nelson, the shortstop, followed by Mariah Boyer, center fielder, and Grace Benfelt, the right fielder. Sophie Schwab, the designated player, Illy Schwiebert, the third baseman, Brooke Schurt, the left fielder, Alyssa Wyant, the catcher, Faith Meyer, the pitcher, and Haley Haas is your second baseman. Here we are. It's the Oberlin Turnbull countdown to first pitch. Overtime now for the game. First pitch is foul. Actually, that's the second pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Nelson is a .510 batting average. That is a ball, so 2-1 now. Nelson has 26 hits, 22 RBIs on the season. That is fouled back, even it again. Always love it when it hits the net and our camera goes wild. Normally we'd have our center field camera, but we don't have it tonight because that's a called strike. We don't have it because it's a little windy. I'm a little leery about putting all that technology out in center field.
I just fall right over.
That's right. And that was a Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Swung on and missed from Mariah Boyer, the center fielder. She's at .318 batting average, 400 on-base percentage. She has 13 RBIs, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. Ball, and that strikeout for Nelson, that was her first strikeout of the season, so she got it from Thea.
Not surprising, you know, she's done a great job in the circle, so we'll see if she makes any adjustments her next at bat.
Swung on and missed.
That changeup worked really well for her last game that we did, so again, throwing that at least 2 strikes for her for the changeup pitch, which is really good.
Another strikeout, 2 down. Grace Benfelt now the right fielder, the .340 batting average. First pitch from her swung on and missed. Two down here, top of the first inning. Next one from Thea. Just a little outside, makes it 1-1. Just maybe low. 2-1, just low. That's inning with your score 0-0 on the Main Stop scoreboard. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, let's take a look at the batting lineup for the Bryan Golden Bears. They're being led off by Amaya Langham, the shortstop. Reese Rufer, the right fielder, will bat second. Thea Staten, your pitcher, will bat third. Josie Arnold, your catcher, will bat fourth. Abrianne Fisher, your designated player, bats fifth. Miley Vollmer will bat sixth. The third baseman, Mackenzie Blevins, your first baseman, will bat seventh. Claire Stever will bat eighth. And Giselle Kidston, your second baseman, bats ninth. Let's take a look at the lineup for Patrick Henry out in the field. You've got Faith Meyer pitching. Alyssa Wyant is your catcher. Kenna Rosegarten, your first baseman. Haley Haas, your second baseman. Casey Nelson short. Illy Schwiebert is your third baseman. Brooke Schurt is your left fielder. Mariah Boyer, your center fielder, and Grace Benfelt will be your right fielder. Again, lineups being brought to you tonight by Debbie's Dairy Free, serving you ice cream, soup, sandwiches, and more. Victories taste sweeter with Debbie's. Call ahead with your order at 419-636-5606. Starting lineup sponsored by Debbie's Dairy Freeze. Scoreboard today being sponsored by Main Stops of Williams County, Northwest Ohio. Open when you need them. You're always near a Main Stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday, the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. So this will bring up Amaya Langham. She's a 467 hitter, 5 RBIs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. And she will face Faith Meyer, who is 10-1 with a 2.49 ERA. She has 9 walks, 50 strikeouts on the season. Meyer just a freshman. First pitch, a ball. That's a called strike to Langham. Langham with the second highest batting average on the team at 467 with a 484 on-base percentage, and she's just on a tear, and it started last season for sure.
She had an excellent season as a freshman, and she's only sophomore still, so incredible batting average, and she'll do great. I mean, she'll do great the next 2 years as well.
2-1 the count on Langham. Langham has no walks this year. That's in the dirt, 3-1. We talked a little bit last time about how aggressive Brian's been on the base paths, and Coach Staten said it's fun to do that. It's not always fun if you get out, but it's fun to be aggressive.
Hey,
that one is
a
ball 4. There's the first walk of the season. There you go. So a runner at first base here. That'll bring up Reese Rufer, the right fielder.
Maybe you'll keep saying things and they'll keep happening. So.
That's right. Rufer, a 385 batting average, a 429 on-base percentage. She's got 7 RBIs. She's walked twice, struck out twice. Langham has 4 stolen bases, so we'll see how aggressive they want to be on the base paths today. First pitch is a bunt. She lays it down beautifully. Runner will get to second, having trouble making the run. And with hesitation, Langham gets all the way to third.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Staten saw that immediately, and I think Amaya did too. There was nobody covering here in third base, and then they made an error, and then they were just kind of all bumbled out of base there, what they were going to do. So. Well,
Schwiebert came in to field it at her third base spot, and neither the shortstop or the left fielder came in to give a little backup there. So runners at the corners, nobody out here. Bottom of the first inning, no score.
I don't think Patrick Henry loves to see that right away here, so. See what they'll do. They
throw down to second. Now they come at home. And they got the runner at home, but advancing to second is Rufer.
Third and shortstop weren't really intending to get that runner out at second.
So Staten's at the plate, 1-0 count on her. It's a shame. There's give up a scoring opportunity there. And they're going to intentionally walk her. Well, you walk Thea Staten, who's batting 400, to get to Josie Arnold, who's batting 500. So, I mean, pick your poison, right?
Yeah, really. You know, Thea's been great at the bat, and Josie struggled a little bit earlier last year, but she's been on fire these last few games, so really not super productive to walk her and bring Josie up. So
1 down here in the bottom of the inning. First pitch to Arnold is called strike.
I'm not sure what he called there either.
Runner at first is Staten after the intentional walk. That one is swung on, lasered to left field. Both runners back safely. So that went right to the glove of Brooke Shirt.
Not a bad cut by Josie, just a little miss hit on the bat there, but now you got 2 outs and only 1 girl in scoring position, so I'm assuming they do not want to leave them there and would like to execute.
Gonna get a courtesy runner. Who is going out? That'll be Anna McCoy.
Yep.
Adrienne Fisher is up now, batting .320 on the season. She has a walk and 6 strikeouts. First pitch to her is up high, ball 1. Runner at second is Reese Rufer. At third is Anna McCoy, but she's there because they intentionally walked Thea Staten, and she's serving as courtesy runner. Let's see what we can do here. That is swung on, popped up, foul territory, coming over and giving chase, but just outside the fence. Nice hustle there by Haley Haas, the second baseman. She was on it.
Yeah, that was just over the fence. She was there, if not, maybe. So
All right, 2 down, 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter, who is Fisher. The pitch. That is high, ball 2. Fisher swings and lays it down fair. Let's see if that'll score a run. It does score a run. So 1 run in for the Golden Bears here in the bottom of the first inning. Nice piece of hitting there by Avery Ann Fisher, who singles just inside the foul line on the right side.
Yeah, that was a great way to execute there. You don't want to go 2 runners on, no outs, and then see nothing score. So way to get at least 1 in. Hopefully we can get a couple more here.
Miley Vollmer is at the plate, a 333 batting average. First pitch to her. Called strike. I cannot hear him.
Kind of an awkward angle.
Yeah, it is a little bit of an awkward angle. Might have to start standing up to do this. Next one, Vollmer hits it right to the pitcher, gloves, and the inning is over. But for the Golden Bears, 1 run on no hits and 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 remaining on base. We head to the top of the second inning with the main stop scoreboard showing 1-0 Bears after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 1-0 here as we head to the top of the second inning. Let's look at the defensive lineup for the Bryan Golden Bears. Thea Staten is your pitcher, Josie Arnold your catcher, Mackenzie Blevins at first base, Giselle Kidston's at second, Amaya Langham at short, Miley Vollmer at third base, Claire Stever in left field, Emma Slagle is in center field, and Reese Rufer is in right field. And Lady Bears lead 1-0 here, and that's lineup brought to you by Debbie's Dairy Freeze. Thea Staten got him to go 1, 2, 3 on 3 strikeouts in the top of the first inning. Here we come to the top of the second inning, and it's Sophie Schwab, the designated player, who's got a .459 batting average. First pitch to her is a strike. That one is a ball to make it 1-1. All right, the count is 2-1 on Schwab. Schwab has walked 1 time on the year, struck out 4. That's a called strike. Make it 2-2. Called strike. So another strikeout for Thea Staten. That's 4 up, 4 down, and that'll bring up Illy Schwiebert. Schwiebert at .382 batting average. She's got 6 walks, no strikeouts. Actually, it's Illy Schwiebert.
Clarky's 1 ahead there.
Yep. First pitch to her. I didn't see it. Might have been a ball. I don't know.
He called it a strike.
Did he?
Yep.
Swing and miss. So there's 2. Quickly 0-2 on Schwiebert. There you go, called third strike. He's also really delayed on his calls.
He's
so
got to make
Schwiebert
sure,
goes
really
down.
sure that
This will be Brooke Shirt. She's got a .595 batting average with a .609 on-base percentage. And as I said earlier, if you look at their schedule, they've scored double digits on mostly everybody. But when you look at the teams they've played, you don't know how that is.
Yeah,
First
I think
pitch
we
to
talked
hers in
about
the
this a little
dirt.
bit last game. You're not going to see pitchers that throw as hard or as much movement as Thea every game. So, I mean, regardless, scoring double digits means their hitting is doing well. So we'll see if they make any adjustments coming into this game.
That is foul tip back. That makes it 1-1 the count. Shirt has walked. The 1-1 just outside. That one crossed into the batter's box on the opposite side. Shirt hits from the left side. Called strike 3. Wow, 6 up, 6 down for Patrick Henry. No runs, no hits, no errors, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Bears retain a 1-0 lead. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Well, it's been 6 up, 6 down for Thea Staten. 6 Welling Construction strikeouts on the afternoon, and this is how she started things out against who was that? Against Liberty Benton the other night.
Yeah.
So
I think it's definitely an adjustment these first time these batters come up, seeing better pitching than they have in the past. So we'll see if they make any adjustments the second time around. But that first at bat's always tricky for them, especially when Thea's on, and you can see her change-ups working really well again tonight. So they have not been able to adjust to it yet.
Nope. The bottom of the order up for the Bears: Mackenzie Blevins, Claire Stever, and Giselle Kidston. Blevins comes in with a .280 batting average. First pitch to her is a called strike. She's got 7 hits, 4 RBIs. She's walked once and struck out 5 on the season. As a team, the Bears are batting .344 and scoring 6.7 runs per game. Also a strike, so quickly 0-2. That is swung on right to the pitcher. Meyer gloves over to Rosengarten, and we've got one down here.
Didn't look like Mackenzie's favorite pitch there, but just trying to protect her plate.
This will bring up Claire Stever, the left fielder, 136 batting average, 208 on base percentage. She's got 2 walks and 7 strikeouts on the season. She's our left fielder tonight. First pitch to her is a ball. That is popped up and out. 1-1. Stever will foul tip this back. Claire has 3 hits on the young season. That is a ball, even the count at 2-2. I think what I was most shocked at was Patrick Henry's got 13 games in.
I was just thinking that to myself, because even Liberty Benton had more games played. Well, they have a turf field now, but yeah, they've only gotten 8 games in. A lot of other teams seem to have gotten a few more, but maybe we get more rain now.
Stever swings at an off-speed pitch and goes down the first strikeout for Meyer on the night. This will bring up Giselle Kidston. Kidston a 286 on base average with a 444 on base percentage for the freshman. She's got 2 walks and a strikeout. First pitch to her is a ball. It's nice to get something going with the bottom of the order here. That is swung on, popped foul. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Bears lead 1-0 over the Patriots of Patrick Henry. Bryan sitting at 6-2 on the season. PH 12-1. Pitch to Kidston is high. Both teams have a league loss, and I believe both of them lost to Archbold. I'm going to check that out just to make sure I'm accurate.
So Bryan's is for sure to Archbold.
Yep.
I'm not sure. Ooh, that's
Oh,
a nice
lasered right to the second baseman. Haley Haas is in the right in the right spot, and there you go. It's 1-2-3 for the bottom of the order here. So we head to the top of the third inning. Bears lead 1-0. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. It is 1-0 Bears here in the top of the third inning. It'll be the bottom of the order. Wyant, Meyer, and Haas, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Thea Staten has 6 Welling Construction strikeouts on 6 people that have shown up to the plate. So she's been pretty impressive as she's gone. Wyant, a 439 hitter. First pitch to her is fouled back. She has 6 walks and a strikeout on the year. 18 hits, 4 doubles.
It's a pretty high batting average.
Yeah.
So far down in the lineup.
511 on base percentage, in fact. Ooh. She reaches for that one as Thea took something off of it. 0-2 quickly.
They're having trouble adjusting to that change.
That is you get them confused with fastball, and then throw that changeup.
Yeah, and she's got great speed difference there.
That is just outside to make it 1-2. I was watching the Tigers game the other day, and I know it's baseball, not softball. The relief pitcher came from the Tigers and was throwing his changeup 82% of the time. I couldn't believe that stat. Swing and a miss, and she's done too. So that is the 7th Welling Construction strikeout of the evening. And this will bring up Faith Meyer, the pitcher. She's got a 286 batting average with a 500 on base percentage. She's got 8 hits, 14 RBIs, a double, 3 home runs, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts, and a stolen base. So big numbers there for Faith Meyer. 3 home runs in 12 games, or 13
freshman,
games.
Correct?
Yep. First pitch at her swung on and missed. That is swung on, comes left side. That'll go foul and out of play. Quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. So that's the second out of the game, or the inning, top of the third here. It's the 8th out of the game. All 8 that have come to the plate have been struck out by Thea State. It's just a game changer.
Yeah, I don't even know how to tell them to adjust. I mean, so she's obviously done an incredible job this year with how many strikeouts she has.
That is a ball. Coming into the game, she had 97 strikeouts. So you add 8 more to that. I'm not a very good person with math, but I think that's 105.
There you go. Good.
That is fouled back. .467 ERA. Whew. And that those that get on base strand. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Seems like they're helping her quite a bit up there too, so she's
Yeah.
just gonna keep throwing off if they helping her out.
The 1-2. Called strike 3. 9 up, 9 down. Another Welling Construction strikeout for Thea Staten, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Bears retain the 1-0 lead. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, middle of the 3rd inning here. It is 9 up, 9 down for Thea Staten. So it has been nothing but strikeouts there, and it's going to be the top of the order for the Golden Bears: Maya Langham, Reese Rufer, and Thea Staten. As we get ready for this, last time up, Langham had a walk to get aboard.
Talking about it's her first walk of the season.
Yeah, that's right. She holds up, but oh, it is a ball.
I was gonna ask if she went.
Appeal down to first. That is swung on. That is blooped into center field, right past the 3rd baseman, and they'll hold her. Oh, we got bubbles coming up from the dugout. All of a sudden, I have bubbles in my face.
Little on-base
That's
celebration
new.
there. I think they do it a lot, but I think the wind is really bringing them this
way. The wind is bringing them right in front of us.
That's awesome.
You can kind of see them on our camera there. So this will bring up Reese Rufer, and she drills one to center field. Let's see if they'll try to score. They get it in to the cutoff.
Cut there,
nice job there. So another hit for Rufer.
Maybe line that up perfectly, but 2 runners score position, no outs.
Yep. That'll bring up Thea Staten. I want to check that. She reached on an error her last time up, so that's the first hit for Rufer. And that bounces in the dirt. 1-0.
I was gonna say they're gonna walk her.
They're gonna let her bat. Oh, they walked her
the first
again.
time, then they're not gonna walk her this time. But now you got, like you said, Josie coming up. I don't.
So Josie Arnold will come to the bat with all 3 aboard.
I guess then you. I mean, if anything else, you have a force at home, so it might help you a little bit trying to make that play. But I mean, Josie's been hitting great. Now you just put another ground board with no outs. I'm not sure. Probably no right decision there, to be honest. But
first pitch to her is up high. She swings at that one. Hits the side of the press box. I'm not sure that anybody wants her to swing at that pitch.
Coach Arnold's not happy down there.
Yeah, I can assure you. 1-1. She really reached on that one. The 1-1.
Called it a ball.
He did call it a ball. That looked just a smidge inside.
A
Again,
high,
we have a
little
weird
inside.
angle over here.
Yeah.
But bases loaded, nobody out. Chance for a big inning for the Bears here. Called strike 2-2. Now with 2 strikes, Arnold has to protect. We're probably see a lot of balls fouled off here.
Don't have their shortstop in very far, so I'm not sure if they're going to try to get that out at home if it goes that way or not. But
swinging, and it goes foul. Tried that slap hit.
Yeah, sometimes you adjust with that with 2 strikes and trying to make something happen.
We have more bubbles. That is swung on to the pitcher. They get the runner at home, the force, but bases loaded now, 1 out. So Langham is out at home.
Not anywhere but there. Probably
yeah.
Be your best bet. That's what she knows. She's upset with herself over there, but sometimes that stuff happens.
So bring up Avery Ann Fisher, who got aboard with a single. She swings in. Rockets 1 past second base. That'll score 1. It'll score 2. And the Bears take a 3-0 lead. Avery Ann Fisher 2 for 2 with 2 hits.
And that's a great way to pick up your teammate. You know, she didn't have a great at bat in front of her and just come back in and step up.
This will bring up Miley Vollmer. First strike. For the Golden Bears, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. For Patrick Henry, no runs, no hits, 1 error. That is a slow roller to first base. It advances the runners to second and third, but it is 2 outs as as Vollmer grounds out. That'll bring up Mackenzie Blevins. Last time out, she grounded out to the pitcher. Really, anything outside the infield is a good thing. She swings to right field, coming over and can't make the grab. That'll score 2 more. And a double, but do you count that as a hit or an error?
That's an error.
I thought maybe you would say that.
Honestly, it was a good cut, and I'd love to give her a hit on it, but yeah, probably an error, that's a big error. 2 runs there.
So Bears have 4 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That is high to Claire Stever. Stever batting with 2 outs. Last time out, Stever struck out. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
I think she touched it, foul ball.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. That is high, make it 2-2. Stever fouls it back here, left side. Has swung on, fouled back, third base side. She's doing a good job of protecting there.
Yeah, she got down kind of early, but she didn't love that one pitch she swung at. I could tell she got a little frustrated, but good to see her coming back and making some adjustments here, battling.
Runner at second is Blevins. 4 runs already in for the Bears here in the bottom of the inning. 2 outs, the 2-2 pitch. Down low, full count. Stever over to the pitcher, throws to first, gets her at first, but the Bears 4 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and we lead 5-0 heading to the top of the 4th inning. Back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veterans Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veterans Service Office.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bears plated 4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they lead 5-0 here over Patrick Henry. Over on Sumter Field, the Golden Bear baseball team losing 4-1 to the Patriots right now. Well, top of the order coming back up for Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry has gone 0 for 9 against Thea Staten, and all 9 of those have been strikeouts. So Staten up to 106 strikeouts.
So now's their second time. See if they make any adjustments here coming back through.
First pitch for Staten is in the dirt. Ball 1. That is low, 2-0. That might be the first 2-0 count that Staten's got tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gotten. Yeah, I don't think so. She usually does a good job of working ahead in the count.
Now it's 3-0. Staten has walked 17 on the season.
Compared to her strikeout ratio, and that's pretty good there.
Yeah, 106 to 17, sure. Oh, called strike. And
She was
Nelson looked
convinced
back.
that she was happy. She was happy to take a base on the and roll with it, but might have been a touch low, but on the knees, so.
Let's see if she can battle back here at 3-1. There's the base. So first walk given up by Staten. Thea was looking for the location, just curious where it was.
Looked maybe a touch inside from my angle, but again, I'm not where he's at, so.
So this will bring up Mariah Boyer, the center fielder, who struck out her last time up. She looks to bunt. It is a ball. Looked like they might have had a hit and run on, but Nelson didn't go very far.
I don't know if she second guessed herself or thought she might go, or.
That's a bunt over to the pitcher. They get her at first, but they'll advance the runner on the bunt. So 1-3 on the putout, Staten to Blevins. 1 down here. Base runner at second is Nelson, who got on by a walk. This will bring up Grace Benfeld.
They shouldn't have talked much about what they did their first at bat, because.
Yeah. It's the first player to make contact against Staten. First pitch to her is down low, ball 1. That is swung on and missed. See what Staten does here with the 1-1 count. 1 down here. That is a slow roller, gets past the catcher, and she'll advance to third. So first runner in scoring position now after the walk.
See what they do here. I mean, they haven't been great at making contact, so they try to score the run, try to make bigger things happen. Not really sure. But this is their 3-hitter up, so probably a good spot to be.
She looks to bunt, and she bunts it foul.
Well, she's got 2 on her, so the likelihood for bunting's not probably extremely high, but.
And where she placed the bunt wouldn't have scored the run. She placed it third base side. See what she does here. Infielder's creeping. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So 2 down now.
I'm sure coach would like to see that bunt down, at least try to make something happen there, but.
I think we're gonna get, are we getting a pinch hitter?
Yes.
We are. All right, pitch hitter is number 1.
Taking out their 4-hitter, interesting.
James. Summer James, she's a freshman. She has a .538 batting average. First pitch to her. Called strike. Boy, that was a late call.
Looks like she has .538, but less at-bats than most of the other starters.
Yeah, she only got 13 at-bats. She has played in every game, though. Second one her swung on and missed. See if there's also a defensive change there. Ooh. Called strike. So they get a runner aboard, but she does not score. Stranded at third. And still no hits for Patrick Henry. It is 5-0 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bears coming to bat. Back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Bears Sports Network. James was your 4-hitter last inning.
She's out in the field somewhere.
Let's see.
I don't
think she is. Benfeld was Schwab was the designated player, so they could pinch hit and not have any effect on it.
Yeah.
We got a mound visit going on real quick. A mound visit, just like mound visit can stop the game. Unexpected plumbing problems can halt your day. Don't let old water lines or broken sewer laterals throw you a curveball. For reliable inspection, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726. This is Giselle Kidston leading off. She pops up to the third baseman, quick and easy for Illy Schwiebert. Didn't even get to tell you about what Kidston's done all season. This will bring up Amaya Langham. Langham is 1 for 1. She's also got a walk and a single. See what she can do here the third time through. First pitch is swung on, coming in and making the grab is the left fielder Shirt. So 2 quick down.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
Not what you want to see in RN, but
so that'll bring up Reese Rufer, the right fielder.
She had a great swing last at bat.
Yep.
See if she can do it again.
1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. First pitch is a ball. Must have been just a little outside. That is swung on. Rufer will put it into shallow left field. And she will get to first base with a 2-out single.
2 hits for her so far.
Yeah,
that's great.
Absolutely. That'll bring up Thea Staten. She's been walked her first 2 times up. We'll see what they do
Looks like
here.
they're going to let her hit this time.
Well, first base isn't open, so.
Yeah. So they
it
just
was
put
the
her
last
in
2
scoring
times.
position if they
Yeah.
moved her.
First pitch to her is in the dirt.
See what they do
Catcher
now, you know.
cannot dig it out in enough time to send it down. Runner at second now, so now you might put her at first.
I think he's going to let her hit.
Down low, ball 2. That is swung on. That is hit hard. Past the center fielder. That'll score 1. Staten stays at second with a double. Rufer heads
like
in.
Walked her first 2 times up, I suppose.
That's probably why. So another run scores. That's 6 now for the Golden Bears.
Knowing Thea, though, that just fueled her a little bit to
Yep.
want to get a good hit, though.
So 2 hits on the inning so far, and we're going to get a courtesy runner as Anna McCoy will come in. This will bring up Josie Arnold. Arnold is 0 for 2 on the night. She's got a run scored, though. First pitch to her. High ball 1.
Yep.
That's a called strike over the heart of the plate. 1-1. That is swung on, bounce it to first. She can't make it. And that will actually score McCoy, and she's on with an error. It's a 3rd error today for Patrick Henry.
No, and that's something our coach talked about before the game, really wanting to focus on limiting those errors because of those reasons. I mean, they've got at least 3 that I can think of off the top of my head runs scored off errors, so not ideal for them. However, Bears are putting it in play. Sorry.
This will bring up Fisher. Sorry, I mean, interrupt you. She's 2 for 2. Gets to the shortstop. They throw it over to first. She's able to make the grab. So the Bears do some damage. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and they do keep 1 on. And we head to the top of the 5th inning. Your score is 7-0 Bears. Back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, it is 7-0 Bears, and we head to the top of the 5th inning here. And for Patrick Henry, no runs on no hits, 2 errors. They stranded 1, and Bryan has 7 runs on 4 hits, no errors. So we head to the top of the 5th here, and let's see what Thea Staten can do. She has 1 walk on the night. She has thrown 53 pitches. She's faced 13 batters. And she has 11 strikeouts. That's not bad percentage right there.
She's probably pretty happy, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would say so. Get a couple more warm-up pitches in. Throw down to second. Arnold will come back out. Infield will meet on the mound. Another mound visit from S&S Directional Boring. They're a sponsor all season long. Okay, this will be Schwiebert coming up. Schwiebert is your 3rd baseman. She's your number 5 hitter. And she is 0 for 1 with the strikeout. First pitch to her, high, ball 1. Real tall there. In there for a strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Swing and a miss. Big swing there. Makes the count 1 and 2. Just outside. That makes it 2 and 2. Swing and a miss, but it's a drop third. They'll have to throw down. And she's out.
Ooh, must have been just in time there.
That was close.
Good hustle on Josie to go grab that and make that throw.
So 1 down now. Top of the 5th. Whew. This will bring up Brooke Shirt. She is the left fielder. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch to her is high, ball 1. Tomorrow we've got Napoleon coming to town on a postponed game from earlier this season. That is foul tip back. That is high too, 2 and 1. That is fouled back. Makes it 2 and 2. She called time?
Yep. She stepped off the mound. I don't know what happened there.
2-2. That's in the dirt, 3 and 2.
She's on a lot of full counts. I don't know. She had any full counts, to be honest.
This is at least her second tonight, if not longer. Swing and a miss. Guess it doesn't matter as long as you get the out. 2 down now. This will bring up catcher Alyssa Wyant. She's got a 439 batting average. First pitch to her, called strike. 0 for 1. She's got a strikeout. That is swung on, popped up, out of play, first base side, into the parking lot.
She's had 2 good cuts against her.
Yeah, she has.
Productive.
Called strike 3.
Oh, she knew.
This is delayed, another delayed call.
She knew before the umpire.
Yep, she was walking back, and then Thea's like, oh, I guess that's out. All right. So no runs, no hits, no errors, none aboard, and we head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the main stop scoreboard showing 7-0. Back after this.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your main stop scoreboard shows 7-0 in favor of the Bryan Golden Bears. Main stops open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday, the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Real quick, I'll thank our sponsors. The game being brought to you today by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing, Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. This will bring up the third baseman, Miley Vollmer. It will be Miley Vollmer, Mackenzie Blevins, and Claire Stever here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Faith Meyer, your pitcher for Patrick Henry. First pitch, a ball. She has faced 23 batters. She's given up 7 runs on 6 hits. 2 of the runs earned. She's walked 3, struck out 1. High ball 2. That is swung on, popped up. Center field. The center fielder able to put it away, Boyer. One down here. This will bring up Mackenzie Blevins. Blevins is 0 for 2. She did reach on an error earlier. She swings and hits one. This will drop in front of the right fielder, Benfelt. And she is aboard with a single. So the 7th hit of the afternoon for the Bears. The bubbles come flying again.
Coming back.
So Taylor Dominic is going to bat for Claire Stever here. Taylor got her first at bat the other night against Liberty Benton. See what she can do here as a pinch hitter.
She battled pretty well in that bat, so
yeah, she did.
See she's getting another chance here, and hopefully get aboard and move Kenzie along.
One down here, bottom of the 5th inning. Ball 1. For Bryan, 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Patrick Henry, no runs on no hits, 3 errors. Swung on and missed. Swung on, fouled, third base side. Love the chanting. Swings, delayed swing. 1 and 2. No, that was the 3rd strike, sorry. That'll bring up Giselle Kidston. That is swung on, and coming over and making the grab is Benfelt. So it'll be no runs on no hits, or 1 hit, no errors, and we head to the top of the 6th inning. Bears still lead 7-0 back after this.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory since 1922. We've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Chris Malenga, Sam Molina here with you. The Bears are leading 7-0 here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, we have more softball tomorrow night as the Napoleon Lady Cats will head to town to face the Golden Bears. That was supposed to happen earlier in the season, but here we are. We're back. They're going to come back, and I think the weather's supposed to be pretty decent the rest of the week. It's supposed to warm up a little bit midweek.
Like to stay a little bit warmer. That'd be
This will bring up Faith Meyer, the pitcher. It'll be Meyer, Haas, and Nelson if there's no pinch hitters there, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. First pitch to her swung on and missed. Meyer has a .500 on-base percentage coming into this game. Today she's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. One ball, one strike here on her.
I think next inning, Maya leads off. It'll be her 4th time around, and they haven't even got through their lineup twice yet. So definitely a difference in offense there.
Swung on and missed there. 1-2 the count now. That is high, evens it at 2 apiece. Wind has seemed to die down just a little bit, but it feels chilly out here. 56 at game time.
Our sun went away.
I know it has. In the dirt. 3-2. Another full count for Staten.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
That's all right. She'll battle back. She's strong and mentally tough there, so.
Swung on and missed. There you go. Another Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a 3rd-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. This will be Haley Haas, the 9-hole hitter, the 2nd baseman. Haas is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch to her is just a little low. That is fouled back, evens it at 1 apiece. Over at Sumter, Patrick Henry is leading Bryan 4-1 in baseball. That is just a little flared swing, and foul makes it 1-2. And then if we really want to go deep into the Bryan, the junior high team beating Archbold 1-0 over at the Newfield.
There we go. The new field looks great over there.
It does.
It's
It's really cool.
play.
Absolutely. 2-2. I believe that's their first game on that field because they played a couple of games here at Field 5 to start the season. Three and two. Josie Cordy the other night had, we were facing Hilltop and struck out 7 of the last 9 batters to end the game.
Wow.
So
great job on the mound.
Great job there for the youngins. All right, there we go, another strikeout.
Sure, Coach Staten likes to see those younger kids doing good things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Staten now has 16 strikeouts and facing 18 batters. Ridiculous. Casey Nelson up to bat now. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. First
Sure,
pitch
defense
to her.
is appreciative, but probably wouldn't mind some action out there.
That's right. Let's see what. That's outside 2-0. Staten takes off the mask, puts it back, walks around the mound, fires. There you go. Got it back, 2-1.
She doesn't always wear a mask. I don't know what is her deciding factor on when she's going to decide to wear it or not.
I'm used to the younger kids that have to wear them.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea for your infielders, especially your corners and.
Down low, so the second walk given up by Thea Staten tonight comes to Casey Nelson. And she's got both of them. Mariah Boyer will step in. She is 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Staten. 2 down here, runner on first. Bears lead 7-0. See what we do here. Little high, ball 1. The path from the back of the rubber to the back of the circle, that swung on a miss, is just as much as the front there.
It's her
She
little
keeps walking
routine.
back
She
and
takes
takes a walk back and. See what Thea does here. Just high, 2-1. Called strike. That one looked worse than the last one.
I'm not sure.
2 and 2.
Hard to tell from here, but we got an angle from behind.
Yeah, we do. Swung on and missed.
There, it's a way to get out there. And
there it is, a way to get out there. No runs, no hits, no errors, and they strand 1. We head to the middle of the 6th inning. 7-0 Bears. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 7-0 here as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Bears put up 1 in the bottom of the 1st, 4 in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 more in the bottom of the 4th, and zeros all across for Patrick Henry. No runs, no hits, 3 errors for the Golden Bears. 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. And be the top of the order, Langham, Rufer, and Staten here in the bottom of the 6th. Langham is 1 for 2. She's got a hit and a walk. Walked her first time up. Let's see what she does here. First pitch to her is in the dirt, ball 1. She takes it. Meyer is at 69 total pitches. That is swung on, coming over and making the grab.
Wow.
Mariah Boyer robs her in center field. That was a nice play by the center fielder. She came hustling over.
Yeah, that was a great grab out there in center.
That
great
was
cut by
absolutely
Amaya.
nice.
Good softball there all around.
Yeah.
That was nice.
This will bring up Reese Rufer.
Sure, Maya feels a little robbed though.
Reese is 2 for 2, 3 runs scored, 2 hits. First pitch to her is high and outside, ball 1.
Call that a ball. Yep.
I think they did call it a ball. Yep.
I'm not sure what happened there. Yes.
Tell you what, the balls that have gone to center field today, Boyer's tracked them down. She's had 3 catches out there.
Yeah.
Done nice. And we're going to have a mound visit now. So our mound visits, just like a mound visit can stop the game, unexpected plumbing problems can halt your day. Don't let lead water lines, or broken sewer laterals, throw you a curveball. For reliable inspection, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726. All of our mound visits all season long, both baseball and softball, brought to you by S&S Directional Boring. And we like to thank the crew over there, Lee Drugan and the whole staff over there, for their support of the Golden Bear Sports Network. 7-0 here. It was just a little conversation between Coach Meyer and Faith Meyer, as there's 2-0 on Roofer. 3-0 backs her back. It's one of those when you play Little League, let it hit you.
Take a base.
Take a base.
Something's happening down
Yeah,
here.
there are something happening. Let's see.
They want them to, oh, somebody must be outside the dugout telling them to get back in. That lefty batter especially got heads up over there. Let's get it back.
Ball 4, 4-pitch walk to start here for Roofer. So bring up Thea Staten, the pitcher. Staten is 1 for 1 with a run scored, a hit, a RBI, and she's walked twice intentionally.
2 intentional, yep.
In the dirt. Nice stop there by Wyant.
Yeah, and she was scooping and aware of Reese over there on first and ready to make the play.
Roofer has 3 stolen bases on the season. High.
She's on 6
2-0.
balls in a row here.
Yes, she has.
Sure, Thea's looking for something.
Yep.
Pretty perfect right about now, just to get a strike on her belt.
Swing and a miss.
She
There it is.
She's got a little anxious.
Wind has died down just a little bit. It's still blowing left to right, but not near as the flag was standing straight out before. Now it's kind of twisting in the wind. Off speed, she swung at that one, 2-2. That looked like a Thea Staten pitch that she took the speed off of.
Thea just gets so anxious up in the box there.
Yep.
You can see it in her face too. She turns around, she smiles, and
Swung a miss, dropped third strike, and the base was occupied, so she can't advance. So 2 down now. This will bring up Josie Arnold, the catcher. Arnold is 0 for 3, the run scored. Pitch is high. Ball 1. Ball 2. Two down here, bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on is Reese Roofer. Outside 3-0.
a little inconsistent this inning on the mound.
She has. She threw 6 straight balls, and she got Staten a strike out. That one is a strike, 3-1, and that's one of those ones when you're up and you just look at that on a 3-0 count.
It's not perfect, don't swing, right?
Yep. In the dirt, Arnold will head to first. Roofer will head to second. That'll bring up Avery Ann Fisher. So bring up Avery Ann Fisher. Fisher is 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, a run scored, 2 hits. First pitch to her is high.
It's a good take after 2 walks this inning, and probably not her best pitch there for her.
See what Fisher can do here. She swings this one, heads out to right field. This could be trouble, but the right fielder, Benfeld, will come in and make the grab. So the Bears strand 2, and we head to the top of the 7th inning. Your main stop scoreboard shows 7-0 Bears back after this.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, we head to the top of the 7th inning as the Bears lead 7-0. For Patrick Henry, no runs on 3 hits, 3 errors. The Bears 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. So Thea Staten has been pretty masterful tonight. She has faced 20 batters, struck out 17 of them, walked 2, and thrown 89 total pitches. Again, when you look at pitch count, it doesn't matter in softball. You could throw tons of pitches and then come back and pitch the next day.
Yeah, it's not really, there's no pitch count like in baseball. However, I mean, the more you throw, she's going to be tired for sure. So.
And you got another game tonight. You got a game on Thursday this week. So
it's kind of the craziness with spring. It's just like back to back. And especially when you get rained out, you got to put them all in 1 week. And
So going to be the 3-4-5 hitters here. Grace Benfeld, who just made a nice catch in right field, will head to the plate now. First pitch to her, called strike. That's in the dirt. 1-1. So interesting when you see a dominant pitcher like her, it still makes little mistakes, like just the release point. And heads to the.
And pitching so, I mean, it's so specific.
Yep.
Little adjustments make big changes on the plate.
Makes it 1-2.
I think we can tell most about her. She just doesn't get flustered. Like she's pretty dominant up there and in control of what she's doing.
That is swung on, fouled back to do it again at 1-2. We'll have tomorrow's game for you from Field 5. 5 o'clock first pitch will be on the air about 4:40. You can watch it on bryansports.com or, as always, on Q96.5. That'll be high, ball 2, so a 2-2 count. And then we also have Thursday's baseball game as the Liberty Center Tigers will come to town. Bears losing 4-1 right now in baseball. That is 3-2 now.
There,
Bears are actually trailing 5-1 now. Over there in the baseball. That is swung on and missed. Another strikeout, Welling Construction strikeout for Thea Staten. She has 18 of them now tonight. That'll bring up Summer James, #1 hitter. She was a pinch hitter the last time around for Sophie Schwab, who was the designated hitter. First pitch to her, swung on and missed.
Not a lot of patience there. Change up.
She came out attacking. Next one, swung on, missed, 0-2 quickly. A called third strike. Whoa, 1, 2, 3. 2 down now. Patrick Henry down to its last batter here. We got a pinch hitter. #8, Ashlyn Mullins. Let's see my roster.
As long as Clark is right.
Yep, Mullins is your hitter. First pitch there is a called strike. Next one for Staten, swung on, Well, she chuck swung, but also a called strike. Bears down the last strike here. Strike 3 called, and there you go. That's the end of the game with the Golden Bears winning 7-0 here in this NWAL contest. That'll be the final, and we're going to take a timeout, come back with a quick post-game show after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 7-0 final score. Today's game being brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. All right, let's take a look. The Golden Bears scored 1 run in the bottom of the first inning, 4 in the bottom of the third, 2 in the bottom of the fourth, and Patrick Henry 0 all the way through. So for Patrick Henry, 0 runs on 0 hits, 3 errors. For the Golden Bears, 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Looking at some individual stats, Amaya Langham was 1 for 3 with a walk. Reese Rufer was 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored and a walk. Thea Staten was 1 for 2 with a single, an RBI, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Josie Arnold was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Abrianne Fisher was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Miley Vollmer was 0 for 3. Mackenzie Blevins was 1 for 3. Claire Stever was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Taylor Dominic was 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and Giselle Kidston was 0 for 3. Pitching-wise, Thea Staten went 7 complete innings. She faced 23 batters, struck out 20 of them, walked 2, and she threw 102 total pitches. For Patrick Henry, Nelson was 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout. Boyer 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Benfeld 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Schwab 0 for 1 with a strikeout. James 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Schwiebert 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Mullins 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Shirt was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. White was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Meyer was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And Haas was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The pitcher was Faith Meyer for them. She went through 6 innings. She gave up 7 runs on 7 hits. 2 of the runs were earned. She walked 5, struck out 3. She faced 32 batters and pitched 86 different pitches. So a good outing for the Golden Bears here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty complete game all around. I mean, they get dominated in the circle, and her defense behind her looked ready the entire time, which is really good to see. And then obviously her offense backed her up. She's going to keep this team in a lot of games regardless of their competition. So it's really good to see her her offense come around and score some runs there to back her up.
Absolutely. Well, our next game will be tomorrow, April 22nd, as the softball team hosts Napoleon at 5 p.m. That game will do our first pitch at 5 o'clock with pregame about 4:45. I want to thank our broadcast crew. Our director is Eric Herman. Our cameras, Owen Signs, Remy Rose, Brock Jackson, Vashon, Easton Heater. Our athletic department at BHS, Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzmal. At Golden Bear Photo, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak. Back at WQCT, Rick Armentrout. And I am the executive producer of the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malenga. This broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network with Samantha Molina. I'm Chris Malenga. Again, your final score is 7-0.